Oh, hey, almost didn't see you there. That's right. I just came back from the Upside Down. That's right, the ultimate dimension from Netflix's stellar Stranger Things. Why did I go to the Upside Down? Well, if you haven't seen Stranger Things, I implore you to turn this video off right now and go see it. It is massively amazing. It is a great, great, great show. But if you have, I went to go look for 11. You know why? You know why I went there. I have to see if she's okay. There's no way she's gone, right? So, I brought my syrups, I brought this plate, and I brought this fork. And unfortunately, I left the waffles in the Upside Down, but maybe not unfortunately, because she's gonna find them. She has to. She has to. That's right. That's right. That's right. Joey Click here, comment click, editor of 1420am, Slasher Savior, bringing you a review of the Duffer Brothers' amazing Netflix show, Stranger Things. Now, Stranger Things debuted in July of this year. I caught it in August of this year. A little late to the game, but also a fan nonetheless. A massive fan. A massive fan of this show. And let me tell you why. An 8-episode series that almost feels basically like a movie that you're watching, and just in sections like a big pie, a cake, pop, 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 pop. Each one of them is as delicious as the last, and maybe the last two are the most delicious. Now the show centers on Mike and his ragtag group of friends looking for Will Byers. That's right, they're looking for their friend, which has been missing for quite some time. And guess what? He's in the Upside Down. Of course he is. His mother, played by Winona Ryder, is actually looking for him as well. His brother's looking for him. And Hooper's also looking for him. And that is an amazing character. Now, what happens in Stranger Things? I don't want to give too much away for the people that haven't seen it, if they haven't turned the camera off, but I will say that it is a stellar show, unlike anything we have ever seen before. Why is the show great? Not only is the writing insanely brilliant, the direction is better. I mean, the direction's so good in the show. The first 10 minutes of this series is better than some directors' filmography. The thought that they put into each shot, the way that this series is laid out, the words in which that lay the background to the show on the shots is beyond brilliant. And not only that, one of the greatest things about the show is not only the characters in which they build. You know what I'm saying? Hooper is, without a doubt, one of the best characters in the history of television, if you want to call it streaming, whatever, in the history of media in general. What I mean, there's, you know, short stories, long stories, novels, television, film. He's such a complex character. Everything he speaks, every time he talks, you just feel the way in which he's filtered through his past life situations, life experiences. And if you've seen the end of the show, you will know he's so hardened. He understands. I mean, he's so away from what's going on currently because he can't get away from what happened to him in his past. I mean, his life ended with the death of his kid, and the show is expert at giving us characters that feel so real and yet inhabit such a sci-fi world. It is so many parts of realistic human beings, massively imaginative sci-fi, horror elements, and not to mention, this show feels like Steven Spielberg and Stephen King literally met the greatest woman on the planet and both inseminated her. I mean, like, she was like these pages that were blank. It feels like a hybrid of both of those. I mean, you have the Amblin Field with the kids, but you also have the Losers Club from It with the kids. You have so many things that make you feel like the 80s. The show is so great at not only being its own original thing, its own original voice, but also feeling like it's being inspired by the things that you know, the Duffer Brothers seen when they were kids. No doubt influenced by the 80s era and how much massive, great entertainment that was coming out of that era. This show is without a doubt a love letter to that, but it's also, if you've never seen anything from the 80s, you could also massively enjoy it on that scale. And that is the greatest comment or compliment of all. It is ridiculously good, and I cannot wait for the next season. In fact, recently it was reported that the Duffer Brothers have continued their next series, or I'm sorry, the next chapter, 9 chapters of season 2 of Stranger Things, and I cannot wait. Now, pins and needles, I am waiting on doughy waffles for this show. Everybody's waiting for it. Why? Because it's so massively good. So many great characters. You have Matthew Modine making a comeback, you know what I'm saying? the mode of Modine, for all of our Vision Quest fans, or your Full Metal Jacket fans, or just fans of anything in general. He was also in The Dark Knight Returns, which I don't extremely love, but I mean he's working with Nolan, so that's amazing. You have Winona Ryder in the show. You have actors that are actually, finding their voice, and this is one of the first things that they've actually done that is resonating with so many people. Everybody loves this show. The show is so on point and so poignant. It is here to stay. There is very few and far between things that come out that are as good as Stranger Things. Every once in a while, you will find something that is as good as Stranger Things, and this is... I mean, I haven't seen anything as far as television. Maybe Breaking Bad. I mean, Breaking Bad is one of the greatest things of all time. That it feels like this. I mean, there are so many few things far between that are just this good. In 20 years, in 30 years, there are going to be people. There are going to be filmmakers and writers that are making content in the vein of Stranger Things because they saw Stranger Things. The stuff from the 80s is almost going to be too historic for them. They are going to look at Stranger Things, and hopefully, we have many years to come, and look at this series and say, oh my God, I love it so much, and use this as a jumping off point for their own creative stories, and that is the greatest thing of all. I love the show. It is amazing. It's unparalleled. And if you don't have Netflix, I implore you to do this right now. Don't even think about it. Don't even watch any of my other videos. Don't even watch any other video on Netflix, on YouTube. Get Netflix right now and watch the show. And if you don't like it, you can email me at westclick84@hotmail.com. You can come to our website at 1428elm.com. You can come to our YouTube page at 1428elm simply, or you can come to our Twitter at 1428_elm, and you can let me know that you didn't like it, and I will give you your money back if you actually argue your point. That's not a joke. That's not a lie. I'll send you some greenbacks. That's right. $7.99? I don't think so. I'll give you $9.99. I'll give you $19.99. Because this show is undeniably classic. That's right. It is beyond great. Everybody who sees this show, it falls in love with it because it is that awesome. So I'm gonna get out of here. Because I have other stuff to do. I must go work on some other articles. But if you haven't seen the show, get it right now and follow us on all those platforms that I recently just said. And we're also on Facebook. So this has been Comment Click, Slasher Savior, 1428 Elm Editor, Stranger Things Lover, one of the strangers just like you. And I'm out, people. Enjoy your weekend.